What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another DanDaDan episode review. That's right, it's episode 9 called Merge Serpo Dover Demon Nessie. Before I go any further, please hit that like button. It matters a lot. Trust me. Helps boost up the video and help get more eyes on the video and the channel. As a matter of fact, I also need you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you be notified of more reviews like this one. And you want to support me even further, add a Patreon link down there. Whatever you choose to donate will be greatly appreciated by me. So, remember last time we spoke and I told you, oh, by the way, I did it again. The next GIF I chose came from this episode. And this episode, episode 9, is probably one of the more infamous ones outside of like the beginning episode because of the end. So I mentioned before that Mantis Shrimp was talking about Chiquita this, Chiquita that. I, through some quick research, found out he was singing the song Chiquita by ABBA. And they changed the lyrics for localization, so I guess so they wouldn't be breaking copyright lines. Couldn't really tell he was singing. I'm not familiar with that song. I know ABBA, trust me. Ba 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 ba. But I'm not familiar with Chiquita. I will probably listen to it after this. But also, I mentioned that. So there's a part in here where he gets a power up. The area is still all yellow, by the way. He gets a power up. Becomes more Mantis Shrimp like, and it is reference to a jingle in the Showa era of Japan, which is from 1926 to 1989. We were actually in the Heisei. We're technically in the Rera era now, but we were in the Heisei era. I know this because I watched Kamen Rider. I won't go any further with that. I watched Tokusatsu, so won't go any further than that. And the jingle was called Niju Jikan Tatakai Masu Ka, when translated to "Can you fight for 24 hours?" And it was something about it that was so special just hearing it, because I thought, did they come up with this? Like, what is this from? Kind of feels like a thing where if they did reruns of that commercial and you're a millennial, because it's until 89, right? Or if you're a Gen X from Japan and you hear it, you're like, I know that. I guess it's assuming that you will be watching this. I guess this show isn't for kids. But I watched Eddie Murphy's Raw when I was little, and I wasn't supposed to be, so whatever. Pardon me. So Aira is fighting this guy. And she's kicking their butts. She looks cool as hell. She's being funny because she's doing the squirmy thing because Ken is naked. She's like, I can't believe you're doing something so lewd. That must mean you really want me. So let me go ahead and defend you. Here is some. I keep forgetting. Here's some photos of her looking cool as hell, doing her thing. Again, her mass transition face looks much cooler on her, probably because of how the hair looks. Although, just the giant teeth is just a little bit off-putting. Oh, I mentioned about demeanors, right? She's gonna fight them, because remember they were holding back her power, and they rightfully assumed, they said, oh, we cut off, our void area. We cut it off so that only people with psychic abilities can get in here. So obviously she had psychic abilities. I think they said that in the last episode. But her demeanor, not this little, scary little girl. That looks like a badass right there. So, oh yeah, during the fight, just look at just acrobatic as hell. Oh, and so Mantis Shrimp dude does what's called, they call him gig worker. The Serpoians call him gig worker. I guess they hired him. He does a jet punch, which blows everything up. And yep, hey, you know what? We need more butt shots, I guess, in anime. And she is I wish I should have pulled up a GIF of it, because the way she's fighting, she's dodging his attacks. She did a spin, and she had her hands behind her back, dodging his attacks as well. Fluid animation, y'all. Badass. Just badass as hell. Serpoians, they go into their Serpian mode. They do, what was that called again? If I can pull that movie. Serpian form, Serpo Grammetry. And they hit her, pushes her against the wall. And what's so funny is even in her mind, her voice is deep, by the way. It looks like it's changed from hers to Acrobat Silky. I don't know if Acrobat Silky and Aira actually have the same voice actress, but her voice sounds deep even in her own mind. And it's funny because she starts dodging and anticipating the Serpian's attacks and use him as a shield. Now, what's insane is while she can move, she doesn't have like the kicking power, so she doesn't have the power behind her blows. So she has great movements, just not have a lot of power to it. And he does end up she kicks him first up into the roof. The favor is definitely returned when he gets his upgraded form. And they do get her, they freeze her, and they're gonna take her banana too. She's like, I'm the chosen one, I won't lose to the likes of you. By the way, she gets gut punched so hard into the next room. And Ken, while he's been looking for underwear because he doesn't want to fight naked, he scooches over in front of her, covering himself, and transforms. Actually, I should probably pull up. I'm gonna pull up the before and after. That's on me. The before being Mr. Nudie Man. Look at that, Mr. Nudie Man. But yeah, it's like cool. I still like Aira's a little. I like her half mask form a lot more. Maybe once she learns how to like only fight with like this up. Looks like Ken doesn't really need the whole Turbo Granny face. So, and again, that whole yellow area thing, that different colors, I guess, depending on whom or what they're fighting, that's to show that you are not currently where you think you are. At least there's for the yokai, I guess it's like an AoE where it's like their power is being radiated in that area, and for the aliens, it's just they've taken over this space. So yeah, red, green, purple wise, they choose her for their evolution, and while Ken is trying to defend her, apparently the ability they have that keeps them down is called the Awesome Zone. Very lame, but it's called the Awesome Zone. And it took me a minute to realize they also have pupils as well. Didn't realize that with their very ugly looks. And they also go into I think it's a cinema sin, but they go into the villain dialogue of saying what the weakness of their abilities is. Like, well, you can't move while we're doing this, but neither can we. But that's why we have this guy. And so the crab man comes in and starts punching him in the head over and over and over again. And Aira's like, please, no, you're going to kill him. Ken transforms and gives him the old naked headbutt. The old 1-2 J Crew. Let me fix this. The old 1-2 with the J Crew. That's what he gives them. And I'm like, oh damn, he broke out of their field. And they're like, did he break out of the field? No, it's Momo. He's like, Momo-chan, I missed you. And she says, Okarun, you idiot, don't be making out with that bitch. Which, yeah, I'll show you right now. She's still angry about it, even though they are all in mortal danger. Don't make out with that bitch. That's funny. By the way, all of this that I've been talking about here, that's been 5 minutes and the theme did not hit until right now. Love that. What I also love, which makes me want as a screensaver, boy, I can't wait till I get some levels up in here, because that's a cool 3-man cell look. Like, he's leaned over like Kamen Rider Fives. She's using her ability to keep their ability back. Aira is getting ready to do her acro kicks and stuff. Unfortunately, she breaks concentration twice. Once when Aira calls Okarun by his full name, because remember, Ken Takamura, that name makes her all weak at the knees, hardly speak, lose all control. And so they get their attack back in. They're trying to figure out what's going on. But I mentioned that jingle earlier. He becomes business man. Robo Penis has a syringe. He's like, no, please don't do it. And stabs him and pumps him full of something. And he turns into Mantis Shrimp dude. So now he's a Bullet Shrimp. And Mr. Bullet Shrimp, man, his blows, now he doesn't have to be close to you. It is not just a jet punch. He's sending shock waves. He did, and this is when he repaid Aria with the uppercut into the roof. Now the blows are kicking their butt. And they're able, Aria's again holding back the Serpoians while they're trying to fight. And before Mr. Businessman, because he hit her salary uppercut, that was the name of his move. Before he can hit her again, both Aria and Momo said, they can't follow his punches. Ken's like, I can see his slow punches. He's able to keep up with him. So they do like a dance fight, right? It's kind of like a tango. He's moving her around and then she's laying the blows down, which we get this well-toned butt shot here. That how did I end up posing on that one? I bet they would never show the ladies' butt. Momo's like, man, y'all a little bit too close. Remember, Ken is her man. She just hasn't fully claimed him yet. Are you jealous? You'll get blown away. Momo-chan, great advice. Oh yeah, he took the advice of her to do the movements, and saying like, I'll move back. You're right, too close. I'm an awkward fella. That's the second time when she lowered it. And then the Serpoians tell Mr. Gig Worker Businessman that they're going to dock 60% of his pay. And all of a sudden the area goes from yellow to that green and blue. And there's water. The waters are up. They're all up to their neck in water. And now at this point, even the walls are water. Like, the walls are there. But just imagine, like, something, this is here. You can see my hand going behind it. But instead it goes through it. That is interesting. And yeah, Nessie, the evil merging of Shin Godzilla and Lapras, is above them. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, now we have this funny bit of banter here where Okarun is just going, oh my god, that's Nessie. But I guess it will be Kamessi since we're in Kamigoe. So, because Loch Ness is where Nessie gets the name from. He's going crazy. Momo's already dealt with this and it's like, oh god, no. And Aira's like, oh, Ken is excited. He's so cute. So Momo's like, all right, y'all go ahead and be all goo goo gaga. I'm swimming away. Be chummy. And then the aliens threaten Nessie to cut Nessie's pay. Pardon me. And he gets blasted in half. Guts everywhere. Literally just split in half, guts everywhere. And now they're swimming after Momo. Unfortunately for Aira, she gets uppercutted into the next bit of water that's actually Nessie's sorry, Nessie's here. They're here swimming bloop, into this other bit of water here. Mantis shrimp dude, his punches are much stronger underwater. Bullet shrimp man, much stronger underwater. So they're calling him a Mantisian. Apparently he has the characteristics of a mantis shrimp. I love the fact that Okarun already knows this because he is the nerd guy. Which is, you know, they had to figure that out when Momo's like, how does he punch harder underwater? And we do get a flash of that live action footage of a mantis shrimp. And Ken's like, all right, well, you know what? You should be able to swim faster with Turbo Granny's power. By the way, mantis shrimp dude, he still needs to breathe air. He almost choked underneath there, so he had to swim up. He transforms, and then Ken is... God, his legs are flailing as he sinks into the water. Turbo Granny, oh, well, yeah, he says this right here. Turbo Granny doesn't know how to swim. Okay, and I just realized something here. Wait a minute. Where is Turbo Granny? I don't remember seeing Turbo Granny in this episode. Huh. That's crazy. So, back to swimming to try to run away because this thing goes back underneath the water. I love how you can see the faint silhouettes. You can't see it too well because it's water and they're floating. They're trying to get out. He wants to, so again, even though she doesn't like Aira and she's like, yeah, you were making out with my man, I gotta save her so she doesn't drown. Ken is thinking, okay, I'll be a distraction. And she's like, don't make anything harder for me because you can't move. And he's saying, I'm not trying to do that. But she's going on and on about them making out. And he's like, so it does bother you? And she says, no, it doesn't. So he becomes the Giga Chad that we all know that he is, and takes her hand and is saying, if something is on your mind, please let me explain. Just this, look at this boy. Look at that boy. Well, all that charisma. Takes her hand and saying, if it's on your mind, please let me explain myself. I don't care what other people, I'm sorry, he doesn't care how other people will take things, if they take anything the wrong way. He does care if she has the wrong idea. He wants her to have a proper understanding of everything. And she's blushing, and he's not blushing, but I'm blushing. Then all of a sudden, an attack, I think it might have been a beam attack or something. No, another punch attack comes, and now they're underwater. And now we're doing the shape of water, where they're both all, blub, 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 holding their breath. They're not blushing here yet, but I mean, literally, dude, your butt naked, like literally just booty cheeks all out. He's master cheeking it, y'all. Just butt, just all out there. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll never touch you. I won't touch you again. And she's like, that's a great idea. Well, I'm sorry, what? She's using him as a surfboard in his Turbo Granny form with her side hands trying to grab him and slipping him like a piece of, like some soap. So, boom, bloom, bloom, moving forward. Bloom, 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 moving forward rapidly. Again, calls her a genius. She says, I know. Call back to episode 2 or 3. I want to say 3. When they were fighting the sumo. Had to have been 2. Call back to that episode. She uses her side hands to force him to go up. So they come off of the waters into the next bit of water. Grab Aria. She's going to force resuscitate her with the psychic hands. Then tells her, take your clothes off. I'm not getting naked until my wedding day. No, we gotta get naked because it's harder to move in this water with the clothes. Okay. So the shrimp dude sees Purple Eye and like, all right, so what do we do? It's just his head. He's been killed by Nessie as well. And old Green Eye? No, old Red Eye is swimming towards him. They're both running from Nessie. And the Red Eye dude is talking all the trash. He's like, you have amazing attack power. He has amazing attack power, but he's so stupid. stupid. And this thing up here is assaulting everything on sight. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Talking about Nessie. He says Nessie has amazing power, but he's so stupid. He's attacking everything on sight. And Gig Worker has attack power underwater, but he needs to take too many breaths, and the enemy ends up escaping. And I'm like, well, you suck too, Robo Penis. I mean, you're not doing anything. So he tells Mantis Shrimp they're going to become one with his body cable thingamajigger. Again, it comes from the penis area. It's like two stabby things. It's very funny that our trio, they're by a sign in Japanese that says you must assume responsibility. I guess it's talking about pets and things. And it's like, wow. Aria says the same thing. Like, Takakura saw me in lingerie. You got to take responsibility. Again, I need both of you to get fired up. Momo's trying to... Again, these two are riding on this guy. It's so funny because it's not ecchi, but it could be assumed that way. But here they are, going underwater to see where their bad guys are. And they see this creepy shit while riding on top of Ken. Which, I mean, come on. You got that thing staring at you. Oh, it has an eye in the middle. Apparently that's not really an eye. I thought it was an eye. It's like have you ever seen the inside of the stomach where, you know, food comes in and the acids come out? Looks like that. Or you can just say it looks like a butthole. They're trying to fight. Now that these things have combined, got the little Super Mantis Shrimp arms, the Nessie body, his long neck and stuff, and you see it charging up, and it fires a beam as Aira tries to go in. I forget what's that. There she is. She's trying to go in. This green does not help. Again, mask looks cool as hell. This thing looks creepy. Oh, just the change of art to show how menacing this thing is. You thought we only had one ability. Well, I got you. Punches her in the gut. Gotta save her again. So now, mouth eye laser. So now we gotta figure out. Oh, and first of all, I like the fact that they figure out that it's taking in water to shoot it out as a laser. So they're trying to do a little bit of hide and seek here. Calls a close combat fight. He calls the first for some reason he called Mantis Shrimp Man Uma, so I don't know if that's really his name or not. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Mantis Shrimp Man. But they douse the beam, they get her, looks amazing, looks great. It converts the water, so he's trying to cover Nessie's weakness of the beam and getting in close with the punch. And Ken's like, if we were on land, we'd have a chance. That's when Momo's genius comes in. It's like, I got you. So they get blown away from a punch, and she's face to face with this jackass. And straight up goes, yeah, I could just wait for you to drown, but that's going to take a while. It's better for me to kill you and then dissect you because you're too dangerous. So what do you say I just mash you up and kill you? Very over. The one thing you got to say, this is her telling him to come on. One thing you got to say about these things is that they're overconfident, evil to a point. You would initially go, oh, well, maybe that's just their alien ways. No, they're pretty. I get that they're a desperate race or whatever, but they're pretty damn evil. One and two, so menacing with the face. You saw the face that I show you the face, and even here with this shot here, where he is, oh wow, this is a little bit too green. He's trying to come in and smash her on both sides. Momo using her psychic power to part the water. And I shouldn't bother trying to show you this. I won't bother trying to show you this because it's too bright. Even on my photo, it's too bright. His arms literally explode. And the song kicks in. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff to put down there. I'm going to put the link about the 24-hour fight energy drink, and I put the link to the battle song here because the music starts kicking in. And she's like, you shouldn't have merged with the Mantisian Because underwater, yeah, he's powerful, but even he knows that he couldn't go all out on solid ground like they were fighting before, because everything implodes from the power of his own punch. Now, he's trying to drown her because he bites her. She puts up a force field. Didn't know she could do that, but it makes sense. And he's like, I can stay on the water for hours like this. So, matter of fact, I'm just going to shoot you with my laser. That's when I realized it wasn't an eye. It looked like a puckering butt. And the hair comes in and grabs him. And it's from the top all the way down. And Aira is keeping afloat with her hair moving. I did take a picture of that. So I have to show this. This was a very ingenious way. I wouldn't have never thought about that. It's too much color, but would never thought about her using her hair to keep afloat. I also do. That's also interesting. Didn't think about that. In these different field zones, especially with the yokai. No, actually, even with the aliens, whatever prominent color their power is, that shows up. So her pink hair, that shows up. His red eyes and like streaks when he has on clothes, that shows up. So Aira has a direct path. Ken is standing on it. And he's like, yeah, I can't swim, but if there's a path to run on, I can go full throttle. Momo's side hand opens up. She turns around, opens up the air. So he can run straight down. And he's like, nope. Zoom straight through. Rips right through the mouth. Very cool ass scene. I like the fact that they both close their eyes. Look at that. Just secret lovers. And dude's gone. They beat him. Water starts to dissipate. Drains. He detransforms. He's all wet and on top of her. This is one of the things I remember people talking about this, because this entire scene is insane. It is insane. You know, they knock on the ground. They're like, oh, it's the hallway. Thank God. I'm so happy to be back in the hall. And like they won. They're happy. And then you hear someone goes, what are these guys doing? They butt naked hugging. Hey, wait. This is too good for me to not to show this. He is butt naked. And they got the funny faces. He got this dude trying to film it. He got this dude up here like, whoa, oh, what are those? Well, you know what those are. And they start running. That's Ayase from Class B. And that nerd guy, they going at it. So they're running. Funny as hell. Funny. But then you go, where's Aira? Bro, the way she spun in like, oh, from the side hallway and then starts running like this. It was like Miss Shirai Tori from Class D. She naked too. What's happening? Why are they all naked? And the episode ends right there. That's episode 10. First of all, Uma, if that's his name, Uma's back in the next episode. Psycho's there. Seiko is there. Not Psycho. Seiko's there. Aria, and says Takakura-kun, you know so much because he's talking about Nessie. He's like, man, we survived a plesiosaur attack. Man, Nessie sure is wicked. And we get Momo screaming, I was caught in a weird situation. This really sucks. And next episode is, have you ever seen a cattle mutilation? I need to look up exactly what they're talking about with cattle mutilation, because now we see a cow going up into a UFO. What? Momo screams, by the way. This was freaking hilarious. This was insanely good. I didn't even use all my notes here. This was such a good episode. 5 out of 5. When the series kicks in high gear with two different high gears. One is, the animation. Both gears have great animation, great fight. One will play at your heartstrings while the other plays at your comedy sense. Because when they're done in this is hilarious and just as good as this 9 episode, that wasn't 8, episode 7's ending, when it was really tear jerking. Funny as all hell. And I remember people were talking about this episode for a while. They're like, what is with this stuff? And, people defending, going, if you have not watched the series, you are not going to get what is going on here. They are not naked just to be naked, which is funny. It's funny that he set up this, because Momo wasn't wrong. When you're swimming, why do you think why do you think male swimmers, they wear little panties, little wetsuit panties when they're swimming? Unless you have a special suit that's going to let you glide through cotton. I don't know about polyester, but cotton, polyester, other threads are going to weigh you down, especially wool will weigh you down when wet. So she was right. They move faster, but yeah, when the time was over, wow, that just 5 out of 5. I'm looking forward to seeing the aftermath of this. Please let me know what you thought of this episode. It's nice that they got a nice little trio going. So it's more than just, Ken feeling like, oh man, I'm letting her down. It's everybody's going to be working, because I know Aria definitely has to get stronger. So they're both gonna oh wow, and she has a thing for him, so we'll just push her together, and will we get Momo in the middle pushing them apart, going, nah, we all gonna train together, because Momo's getting stronger just from being in these battles. It's very obvious that she's getting stronger. So kind of reminds me of kind of like a Dragon Ball thing, where I forget was it Dragon Ball? It was another series where the character needed to actually fight in hard battles to get stronger, which is basically every anime that I've just spoken about. Disregard that. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. Well, I'm coming up on the final 3. You will get those final 3 next week, and I'm looking forward to it. DanDaDan has made my top 10 so far, unless I get to episode 12 and it completely goes off the rails and it's not funny anymore and the animation starts to look like Dragon Ball Super episodes 1 through 10. I think this is going to stay in my top 10. It's fighting for number 1, honestly, from Be Real. This is my top 5. This is really good stuff, unique, wonderful. Anyway, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't, so you'll be notified of more reviews like this. And if you want to help me out, my Patreon link is in the description below. I appreciate everyone who does. And if you're here and you don't donate, I still appreciate you. Thank you for taking time out to listen to me talk about DanDaDan. All right? Be good, be blessed, wash your hands, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. All right? As a matter of fact, if you are feeling down and out and you feel like, man, I've been in situations and I just can't handle it anymore, I can't take it anymore, talk to someone. I promise you, there are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. As a matter of fact, you want to get a hold of me, my social medias are also down in that description below. Give me a follow, send me a hello, just be mellow, and I promise we'll be good to go. All right, I gotta go. I got some more anime to watch. Need to watch Vigilantes. I'll probably give you guys an update video or an update live stream. I've been doing live streams too. My last live stream was about the foolishness with with Ryan Gosling, Black Panther, and the one before that is, do we need live action remakes? The 2 hours long. Pull them up, give them a listen. They function as podcasts as well. Give them a listen. Let me know what you think. So, write a comment down there. Make sure you guys share these videos as well. All right, I gotta go for real this time. I'll see you next time. DanDaDan.